Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Deep Dive Discography. It is I, Marcus Aurora, coming at you with a show review. I had the honor and the privilege of doing photos at this At the Gates tour, and I saw them at the Toronto date. Um, for this show, it was actually just At the Gates and Municipal Waste who played. Enforced did not play this particular show. They were supposed to, but due to scheduling issues and sound ordinance, I guess things got delayed. They were not able to play their set list, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were looking forward to them, myself included, and some of my friends who came with me as well. So, it was a pretty short show. It was, like I said, just Municipal Waste and At the Gates doing the Slaughter of the Soul anniversary tour. It was obviously great. I really liked how the show was short and sweet, albeit, we obviously really, really missed Enforced. So, Municipal Waste, I haven't seen these guys play in many, many, many years. I think the last time I saw them might have been like 2014 or something. It was a little while ago. Municipal Waste is an excellent band. I've been a fan of them for many, many years, especially when I first heard of them. I think The Art of Partying might have been when I kind of like stumbled upon them just like on YouTube or whatever. And, I haven't really kept up with their recent output, honestly, but it was cool to actually kind of go through their set list and check out what these songs were. They played a lot of stuff from a lot of their different albums. Like, they really spanned pretty much most of their career. What I've always really liked about Municipal Waste as a whole is like all their songs are really short, really catchy, really straight to the point. Every song's like a 2.5 minute banger. It's like in, it's out. It's exactly what it needs to be, and I would not change that for the world. So it was awesome to see them play, and they still got the spunk, man. They're looking a little bit older these days, but I thought like, man, these guys still play super great. The performance was super tight, super energetic, and the crowd loved them. They played like 20-ish songs, give or take, but because of their song lengths, it goes by pretty quick. They played all the hits they'd want to hear. They played Beer Pressure, Sadistic Magician, like songs of that kind of caliber, and it was awesome. Exactly what I expected it to be. Really into it. I would happily come see them again. Now at the Gates was fucking awesome. I have always liked this band, and I honestly have a bit of a hot take. I prefer their new music quite a bit. I think everything they've done post Slaughter of the Soul is just so good, particularly their comeback albums. So I might have to look up their set list here, but they played some songs that I really like from their new albums. And they opened up with songs like At War with Reality, and then they did a couple of those going into the actual album. And this is exactly what you thought it was. Like, if you've heard this album, you know exactly what you're getting into. But it's so amazing that At the Gates, after all of these years, they're an old school death metal band, but man, they still really bring it. And I'm actually kind of hesitant to see a lot of death metal bands, especially the older ones these days, because a lot of these old school death metal bands have quite a bit of material under their belt. But At the Gates discography is still pretty small and digestible compared to like a lot of bands. Like, it doesn't take you that much to get kind of caught up and up to speed with what they're doing these days. If you like At the Gates, this one has been a perfect concert because they played, like I said, just awesome songs from their new releases going into this album, and it's amazing. This album holds up like so remarkably well. They all played super great, and that's the one thing that I was really happy to hear, which is like how tight everything sounded. Like, the performance you hear on those albums is actually just what they sound like live. It's actually just so great. I was never sure how much production played into their overall sound, but now I'm convinced it's mostly just them. It was awesome, and I forget the vocalist's name, but his voice sounds awesome live. What you hear on the new records is what his voice has turned into, and I think it sounds freaking great. So I would highly recommend any of y'all who are into this, you got to see At the Gates. They're great. I'm like super sold on this band. Like, if they come back anytime soon, yeah, dude, I got to go to this one because At the Gates brings the heat. I love it. It was great. You'll probably love it too. This Slaughter of the Soul reunion tour or anniversary tour, it's great. Do yourself a favor and check it out if you can. Thank you.